My name is Madison, and I turned 24 today. Instead of celebrating, I'm pulling a 12-hour shift at Memorial Hospital. The worst birthday text just hit my phone. We sold your car. Family first. Be thankful we let you live here rent-free. My heart sank. That car was mine, paid for with every cent of my nursing salary. Then came another text about my brother's tuition. $5,800 due this week. They've taken from me before, but this time would be different. I just didn't know how yet. If you're watching, drop your hometown in the comments and hit like and subscribe for stories about standing up when family crosses the line. Growing up in the Sanders household meant one word: hierarchy. My father, Frank, ruled with absolute control. My mother, Linda, followed unquestioningly, and my younger brother, Derek, was the untouchable golden child. This dynamic defined us for as long as I can remember. At 16, I started working, babysitting, then weekend grocery store shifts. By 18, still in high school, I paid $400 monthly rent to my parents, with no visible household upgrades from my money. Meanwhile, Derek got gaming consoles, pricey sneakers, and a car at 16, all funded by Mom and Dad. My contributions never stopped at rent. My community college scholarship was redirected to family needs. My grandmother's pearl necklace ended up on Mom's neck at a family event. Family shares, she said when I asked. Despite this, I chased my nursing dream relentlessly. Community college classes, weekend clinicals, and late-night studying led to my RN license. Memorial Hospital hired me right after graduation, a win my family couldn't diminish. Last month, I earned a promotion to charge nurse on the pediatric floor. Colleagues celebrated with cupcakes and cards. Nurse Amelia gave me a stethoscope charm, calling me a rising star. These moments meant everything, unlike the silence at home. My car, a used Toyota Corolla, was my first taste of independence. I saved for 2 years, researched models, and negotiated the price myself. Driving it home, Dad scoffed. Could have gotten a better deal. But the keys in my hand were mine alone. For my birthday, I planned a modest dinner with friends at Giovanni's after my shift, even buying a new dress, a rare treat. I didn't mind working. The real celebration would come later. But tensions at home had spiked. Derek's college acceptances arrived, plastered on the fridge like trophies. Your brother's going places, Dad said at dinner, the comparison to me unspoken but heavy. At a family dinner announcing Derek's choice of State University's top business program, no one mentioned funding. Now I knew why. They'd planned to use my resources all along. Mom often said I was lucky to live at home with my job, hinting most parents would charge more. Moving out was tough with the housing market and student loans, but I was saving for an apartment until their latest demand. Beyond rent, I covered groceries, coordinated repairs, and set up bill payments. I was more provider than dependent, yet their narrative never shifted. As my birthday neared, Mom dismissed my celebration plans. We're focusing on important things. They saw my birthday as the perfect moment to strike, banking on my history of compliance to avoid drama. The morning of my birthday passed without cards or wishes at home. I told myself it didn't matter, but the sting lingered. At the hospital, the pediatric ward's chaos, new admissions, anxious parents, endless charting, kept me grounded. Around noon, Amelia brought a cupcake with a candle. "Make a wish," she whispered, knowing I shied from attention. She reminded me of our dinner plans, and Dr. Reynolds praised my dedication. "This place is lucky to have you." Those words carried more weight than anything from my family. At 2 p.m., during a quiet moment, Dad's text arrived. "We sold your car. Family first. Be grateful we let you live here rent-free." Then, "Derek's starting college. You'll cover his tuition, $5,800, due this week." My hands shook. They'd sold my car, my property, and demanded my savings. Calling Dad went to voicemail. Mom answered, dismissive, "Your father handled it. We needed the money. You can take the bus." She revealed Dad had forged his name onto my car's title months ago, using a rushed signature I'd thought was for registration. The betrayal hit hard. On tuition, she said, "We've supported you. Now help your brother." I hung up, stunned, as Derek texted, "Thanks for covering tuition, sis. You're the best." His entitlement fueled my fury, but patience needed me, so I pushed through the shift. Dad's follow-up texts piled on. "Tuition by Friday. Don't stress your mother. Family over personal wants." I canceled dinner with friends, needing energy for what was coming. The 45-minute bus ride home versus my usual 15-minute drive solidified my resolve. At home, pot roast and fine dishes signaled a setup. Dad, in his recliner, said good timing with Derek's tuition. I demanded, "Where's my car?" He admitted selling it for cash, daring me to challenge him. Mom deflected with chocolate cake. Derek joked about me as the tuition fairy. Dinner was tense, focused on Derek's dorms, ignoring my birthday or the car. Over dessert, Dad pressed for the tuition check. I refused. "I'm not paying. You had no right to sell my car." Silence hit like a wall. Dad's grip tightened. Mom called me ungrateful, claiming I lived practically free. I listed my contributions: $400 rent, utilities, groceries. Dad shouted about apartment costs. Derek looked confused. I said, "Maybe it's time I got my own place." Dad stood, "Pay the tuition or you're out. If you can't prioritize family, you're dead to me." The threat, once paralyzing, now freed me. "I'll be out by morning," I said. Mom gasped. Derek called it a bluff, citing past compliance. "Not this time," I replied, leaving the table. Upstairs, I called Amelia for a place to crash. She offered her guest room. Casey connected me with an apartment vacancy at Ridge View. I packed essentials: clothes, documents, nursing gear, my grandmother's earrings, into 2 suitcases. Memories of past takings surfaced. My first paycheck for their vacation, a safe-kept Christmas gift, a redirected loan refund. I documented everything: rent receipts, bank statements, car title with Dad's forged signature. By 1 a.m., I'd created a 27-page dossier of over $43,000 taken since I was 18. $12,000 car, $24,000 rent, $8,000 household expenses. I drafted a formal letter citing laws on fraud and tenant rights, attaching evidence. I made 3 copies, one for me, one for a lawyer, one for my parents. At 3 a.m., I left the dossier on the kitchen counter, emailed lawyer Judith Bennett, and silenced family notifications. The empty driveway stung, but I walked to my Uber. Driver Patricia, sensing my mood, stayed quiet. At Amelia's, her concern and guest room felt like a lifeline. I slept deeply, free from their roof. Morning brought 27 missed calls, 43 texts, 76 voicemails. Aunt Susan texted, "Your father's apoplectic. Did you document years of this?" The dossier had hit. Mom's text begged me to return. Dad called it slander, then asked, "What's your price?" Derek questioned the car sale, hinting at doubt. At Judith's office, she confirmed a strong case. The forged title was clear fraud. Rent payments showed exploitation. We planned a demand letter, police report, and potential civil action. At Ridgeview, I signed a lease for a furnished 1-bedroom, basic but mine. By afternoon, I had a home and legal plan. Derek texted, apologizing, unaware of the car and money takings. Bank alerts showed attempted account access. Susan reported chaos. Dad faced forgery charges. Mom admitted to taking my grandmother's jewelry. That night, friends hosted a belated birthday dinner, gifting plants and essentials. Amelia toasted, "To Madison, who knows her worth." The settlement came fast. $38,000 for the car and partial exploitation. Derek enrolled in community college, awakening to the family's dynamics. Mom returned my grandmother's jewelry without comment. A year later, my apartment's a home, my career's thriving, and I'm financially secure. Derek and I rebuilt our bond. Susan's my new family anchor. My parents remain distant, their downsized life a consequence of their actions. Judith said it best: family respects boundaries, celebrates without jealousy, loves without invoices. I've built that family with friends and chosen kin. If this resonates, know you deserve better. Share your story below, and remember, saying no more can lead to the life you deserve. Like, subscribe, and let's talk about breaking free.